The Nordic Bronze Age, the lost world of ancient Northern Europe. When people think of ancient Europe, they often imagine the Roman Empire or ancient Greece. But long before Vikings, long before medieval kingdoms, a powerful and mysterious culture shaped Northern Europe. This was the Nordic Bronze Age, a time when advanced trade networks, skilled metalworkers, and complex beliefs connected Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and reached as far as Poland, Germany, and England. Today, we're uncovering how these ancient societies lived, traded, and changed Europe forever. What was the Nordic Bronze Age? The Nordic Bronze Age lasted roughly from 1700 BC to 500 BC. It flourished in what is now Sweden, Denmark, southern Norway, and parts of Finland. Despite the cold climate and limited farmland, these societies were surprisingly wealthy. Bronze tools, weapons, and artwork appear across the region, even though there was no local copper or tin. So how did they do it? The answer lies in trade. A connected Europe before history books. The Nordic Bronze Age was not isolated. In fact, it was part of a massive trade network that connected Scandinavia with Central and Western Europe. Amber from the Baltic Sea was traded south into Germany and Poland. Bronze materials came from Central Europe and the Mediterranean. Similar weapons and art styles appear in England, showing shared ideas archaeologists have found: nearly identical swords, axes, and jewelry across Sweden, Germany, and Britain, proving that ideas moved just as fast as goods. This was an early version of globalization, over 3,000 years ago. Life in Bronze Age Sweden and Scandinavia. In Bronze Age Sweden, people lived in farming communities near rivers and coastlines. They raised cattle, grew barley, and relied heavily on fishing and hunting. Homes were longhouses made from wood and thatch, designed to survive cold winters. Despite simple buildings, their craftsmanship was advanced. Bronze swords were beautifully balanced. Jewelry featured spirals, sun symbols, and animal designs. This tells us these societies valued status, beauty, and tradition. Religion, sun worship, and rock art religion played a huge role in Nordic Bronze Age life. One of the most famous artifacts is the Trundholm sun chariot, found in Denmark. It shows a golden sun pulled by a horse, suggesting sun worship was central to their beliefs. Across Sweden and Norway, thousands of rock carvings show ships, warriors with axes, sun symbols, ritual scenes. These carvings suggest the sun controlled life, seasons, and success in farming. Boats were also sacred, showing how important sea travel was to survival and trade. Poland, Germany, and Central Europe's role. The Nordic Bronze Age was closely linked to cultures in Poland and Germany, especially the Unitas and Tumulus cultures. These regions supplied metal, technology, and burial traditions. Large burial mounds found in Germany and southern Scandinavia show elite leaders were honored with weapons, jewelry, and ceremonial objects. This proves Northern Europe was not behind the rest of the continent. It was fully connected. England and the shared Bronze world. Across the North Sea, Bronze Age England shared many similarities with Scandinavia. Weapons, tools, and even ship designs appear nearly identical. Some archaeologists believe sailors regularly crossed the sea, exchanging goods and ideas. This makes the North Sea less of a barrier and more of a highway. What about Iceland? Here's something important. Iceland was not settled during the Bronze Age. However, the beliefs, seafaring skills, and myths of the Nordic Bronze Age later influenced the Viking Age settlers who arrived over 1,000 years later. In many ways, the Bronze Age laid the foundation for the Norse world that followed. Why the Nordic Bronze Age still matters. The Nordic Bronze Age shows us that ancient Northern Europe was advanced, connected, and creative. These societies mastered trade, metalworking, navigation, and religion, long before written history. Their influence stretched from Sweden to England, from Germany to Poland, shaping the future of Europe itself. And even today, their symbols, myths, and seafaring traditions still echo through Nordic culture. If you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient Europe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. More ancient history is coming next. When we think about ancient Northern Europe, it's easy to imagine small villages just trying to survive. But new discoveries show something very different. During the Nordic Bronze Age, powerful elites ruled trade routes. Warriors carried advanced weapons, and long-distance travel connected Scandinavia, Germany, Poland, and England in ways that changed Europe forever. Who held power in the Nordic Bronze Age? Not everyone in Nordic Bronze Age society lived the same life. Archaeological evidence shows a clear social hierarchy. Some individuals were buried with bronze swords and spears, gold jewelry, large burial mounds visible from far away. These elites likely controlled trade, land, and religious rituals. In Sweden and Denmark, burial mounds were often placed on hills, signaling power to anyone traveling nearby. This suggests early forms of leadership, possibly chiefs or warrior priests. Warfare and weapons of the Bronze Age. Weapons were more than tools for fighting. They were symbols of status. Bronze swords found in Scandinavia, Germany, and England were carefully balanced and richly decorated. Common weapons included long slashing swords, axes with ornate designs, spears used for both hunting and war. Many weapons were never used in battle. Instead, they were placed in rivers, lakes, or bogs as offerings, suggesting warfare and religion were deeply connected. Sacred waters and ritual sacrifice. Across Northern Europe, archaeologists have found weapons, tools, and jewelry deliberately placed in water. In Sweden, Denmark, and northern Germany, bogs preserve these objects incredibly well. Water was believed to be a gateway between worlds. Offering valuable bronze items was a way to ask for protection, victory, or good harvests. This practice shows how spiritual beliefs guided everyday decisions. Seafaring skills before the Vikings. Long before the Vikings, Nordic Bronze Age people were skilled sailors. Rock carvings in Sweden and Norway show long boats with multiple crew members. These ships allowed travel across the Baltic Sea, coastal Norway, the North Sea to England. This explains how ideas and technology spread so quickly. The sea was not a danger, it was a lifeline. Daily life for ordinary people. Most people were farmers and herders. They worked long hours growing crops and caring for animals. Daily life included spinning wool, making pottery, repairing tools, preparing food over open fires. Children learned skills early, and communities depended on cooperation. Even without writing, knowledge passed down through stories and rituals. Climate change and the end of the Bronze Age. Around 500 BC, the climate began to change. Colder temperatures and shorter growing seasons made farming harder. At the same time, iron technology spread into Northern Europe. Iron was cheaper and more accessible than bronze. Trade routes collapsed, elites lost power, and society slowly shifted into the Iron Age. This was not a sudden collapse, but a long transformation. Germany and Poland as cultural bridges. Regions in Germany and Poland acted as bridges between Scandinavia and Central Europe. Ideas, burial styles, and metalworking techniques flowed north through these lands. Without these connections, the Nordic Bronze Age would never have reached its peak. The Bronze Age legacy in Nordic culture. Many traditions of the later Viking Age, ship symbolism, warrior honor, and mythic storytelling can be traced back to the Bronze Age. The Nordic Bronze Age was not forgotten. It became the foundation of Northern Europe's identity. If you want more deep history like this, subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.